Hi guys, and welcome to C Sharp tutorial of a chess game. So I'm going to show you how this works. So let's just click on that. For those of you who are expert in playing chess, you understand what's going on. So as for me, the answer is no, I'm not an expert in playing chess. So this is a very nice tutorial if you intend to create yours. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to exit out and let's start a new project entirely. There, I'm going to click on create new project and select Windows Forms application C Sharp. Click on next. And I'm going to give that a name. I'll call it CS underscore chess. Let's put a game there as well. And click on create. There we go, guys. Our development environment is ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double click on this form. And every other thing we will have to define it right here. So let's start by first of all, I'm going to create some private object here. So that's going to be a button, private button. And this very button, let's enter an array in there. Let's just call it board buttons. That is going to be equals new buttons. And is going to be 8 by 8. Right, enter a column there. Now the next thing is I'm going to declare another private, and this time around is going to be just string, and that is going to be an array as well. And let's say the state of the board or board state, and the state is going to be equals as follows. So let's come down here, open up a curly braces. Right, and let's end this. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what I intend to use, and I will also add it to my description area. So that is going to be for each of the chests, and here those are the empty areas. So I'm just going to copy this. Now I'm also going to copy this one as well, but first of all, let's paste this here. Let's paste it right in here. Okay, I'm going to leave that in my description area. So the next thing I want to do now is to create a private that's going to be a read only private, and let's just call that read only, and that's going to be dictionary. And that very dictionary we have string, comma, string, and we have string, comma, string. Okay, that's fine. And I'm just going to call that pieces only, or pieces icon. Icon, and that's going to be equals new dictionary. I'm just going to accept that. Okay, and right below it, enter. Okay, I'll just enter statement block in there, and inside the statement block I want this. So I'm going to copy all of these. Like I said, these two I'm going to add them to my description area of the program. Okay, thanks. Right underneath here, I'm now going to create some buttons that I intend to use. So let's just copy this, and I'm gonna paste that right underneath here. Buttons, that is going to be, let's say, select buttons, and that's going to be nothing, no. All right, then let's create another private integer here. Private, get rid of this. Private integer, and that's going to be select row. Row right there, selected row, comma, selected column. Let's accept that and just change this to column. Yeah, now they take all this off. So we have for the role, the object for role and column. Next, I'm going to create some, we can just call that initialize board. So right underneath here, let's come down here and I'm call that private void. Let's call that initialize board. Initialize board. And statement block. Now, inside my initialize board, I'm going to use a for loop, okay, for the rows and for the columns. So let's say for int row, and that's going to be equal 0. And row is going to be less than 8. Then we just need to say row plus plus, row plus plus to get that incremented. All right, so let's come. Okay, now underneath here, I'm now going to create another one. This time around, that's going to be for my, this is for the row, this is going to be for my column. So I'm just going to change this to column. And this is what, there we go. All right, so inside here, I'm now going to create a button object. Yeah? Let's add a button here, and that is going to be button, and that's going to be equals new button. And this new button, it is as follows. So it's going to, the size of this very button, I'm going to say size that is going to be equals new size. I give it a value of about 70 by 70. Yep, close that, comma. Next, the location of this very button. Location, that's going to be equals new position or new points, not position. New points, and that's going to be column. Multiply that by 70, comma, then row, multiply that by 70 as well. Guess that's making sense to you guys now. And type. Next, background color. Alright, background color, that is my background color defined there. Back color, white and gray. Okay. So the next thing that I've entered is the font, okay, and the top position. So you'll have a good look at that. Okay, right underneath here now, I'm going to create another function. So that's going to be private button as well. And this is the function that will take care of everything for me. So this is going to be private void button, and this is going to be for the event click, now taking object sender and the argument e. There we go. Right, so let's say button, that is going to be click button, and that's going to be equals sender. That's button. Now let's say point that is going to be the following position is going to be equals and click button. Point that is going to be clicked button. Click button location. No, not location. Click button dot tag. Okay. So application, let's use tag for it. Right. And right underneath here, we create the following variable that is going to be a row. That's going to be equals position dot x, comma, column position dot y. Right. Now let's use an if statement. So if this selected button, if that is equals no, I'm gonna accept that and change this to equals. Is equals no, and the board state that happens to be row, comma, column, and let's say not equals nothing. We want this condition. Selected button equals click. Now, selected row, that is going to be equals row. Then selected columns, that is going to be equals column. Then we want click button. Click button, let's accept that and just change it around. Dot. That color, that is going to be, let's change the color so that we can see it. I'm just going to make that about maybe yellow, something like that. So anywhere we use, we should be able to see the yellow sign there. Okay, and we then need to just use, let's say, else if underneath here, using an else if statement. Else if selected button, this should be selected button as well. Here you can see we have an error, I think, because I must have made, okay, look at it here. I should change that to selected button. Okay, so private button, selected button, or select button. Okay, else if the selected button is not equals, let's say not equals, so in that case, and I want the state, board state, right down here, board state, that would be row, comma, column, as equals board state equals selected rows and columns. Selected rows, comma, selected columns. And selected states, just grab all of these, dump it here. Well, the selected states is going to be selected row and this, and that is going to be equals nothing. Then for board buttons, that's going to be selected states dot text. That'll be nothing. Grab hold of all of this, paste that there. So we say dot text, and that's nothing. Then the board state, now we have the rows and the column. So let's say board state, we'll undo that. Board buttons, board buttons. That is going to be selected rows and columns. Get rid of it. Row, comma, column. Yeah. Dot text. So text equals this icon and the word state. Yeah, that's fine. So let's say selected button. So that should give us dot back color. Um, let's say equals selected row plus selected columns. Two equals 0, and then the color should be white. Yeah, and gray. Set that. Then selected button equals none. There we go. I think I am done. Okay, I think we are almost done. If I run it now, nothing will happen because we still need to get it initialized. Okay, let's come in here. You see where we have the form initialized. Come right down here. First of all, I'm just going to define the titles. These dots, text, that's going to be on the button. I can just call that chest game. Okay, chess game. Yeah, that'll do. Now, what about the size? Let's say this dot size. I think I can make that maybe about 600 by 600, something like that. That is gonna be new. It's a new size. It's gonna be about 600 by 600. All right. And I also need to call this initialize board, this very one here. Let's call that inside form initialize. Okay. The only thing that you guys will see will be just the title and the size of the form. If I run it, nothing will appear just yet. Okay. Now let's come back down here. To right underneath initialize, we now need to ask it to get hold of the click button, click event. So I'm going to just come down here and just say button dot click, and that is going to be this very one, this function here. That will be equals plus equals. There we go. Next, and I also want the board buttons, and that will give me the rows and columns. That will be equals button. Now I can just copy all of these, change it around, paste that right underneath here, and that is going to be equals button, but it's only for rows and columns. Get rid of this, get rid of this as well. Rows and columns. Make it a lowercase. Okay, and finally, let's just say this dot controls, add buttons. Alright, that should do it. That's this dot add buttons. That should do it. So let's try it out now. Save. See, there's no error so far. Okay, I'm now gonna run it. Click on run. Check that out, guys. Look at that. So that is how you create your own chess game in C Sharp. So guys, with that, I'm calling the end of this brilliant tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. And please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. And just before I go, I'd like you guys to know that I'm gonna copy this and just drop it on my description area. Okay, so that you guys don't waste time looking for all of these symbols. Alright, so with that, I'm gonna say bye for now. You all have a nice day.